name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner, and any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be an update for my 26 and 2026 project. I know it's only been 3 weeks since I filmed the introduction. This is actually my first update that I'm filming, but I thought, you know, just for funsies, I would post this on, sorry, I can see like movement in my background. I think Rosie's crawling around somewhere. I felt like I had good movement, or at least like quite a bit of movement in this project already, and I had nothing else that I really wanted to film today other than my fragrance collection, which is going to be such a giant undertaking. I'm kind of scared to film it actually. So yeah, this will be my 2026, or my 26 and 2026 update number 1, and I'm very excited. First, I'll start with all of the moving parts, and I actually do have an empty. So my first empty of the year, where is it? I have this whole like tub of like all the products that I'm panning. It's the mini Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. So this is all gone. It only took me like, I think it's only been 3 weeks since I filmed the introduction, so I think it only took me about 2 weeks to finish this. I had used it maybe once or twice when I rolled it in, but other than that, it was, you know, untouched. It was new. Like, I didn't even bother marking it because it was still so full, and I finished it. So yeah, let me just squeeze out all the air in here. Just, oh, a tiny bit just came out. Maybe I'll like put this on my neck actually. I think it was just because it was like sitting face down in my empties cup, and this is a pretty liquidy formula, so it settled to the bottom. But yeah, it is actually, like, you can see, it is completely done, especially now that I put that little bit extra on my skin. It actually is done, and I just dropped the cap on the floor. So okay, I'm gonna put that back in the empties cup. So that is my first empty of the year. I'm very excited. I kind of knew at least one of these little minis would, oh, here's the other one. This is the e.l.f. Invisible Sunscreen, like the basically dupe for the Supergoop, and it's also just a mini. I knew that at least one of these would be done by this update because I can go through one of these in like about 3 weeks max. So yeah, this is the other one. This one is to about here right now, but I do think that like most of what's in here is just, sorry if I'm shaking the camera, I do think that most of what's in here is just a big air bubble. So I know that this will definitely be done by next update as well. Rosie's just right here next to my chair, keeping me company, making sure I'm not getting distracted. Every time I like stop talking, she meows at me. So moving on, the one thing that I'm actually going to swap out of this project is my Tarte Quick Stick, and this was the mauve luster eyeshadow crayon, and then oh my god, and then the black eyeliner. But as you can see, I did finish the black eyeliner. I'm wearing a different one today, and I think I have like just enough. Oh, there's a little hair on there. I think I have just enough to give you a little swatch. I'll try to swatch everything. So there's the eyeliner, as there's some dust too. As you can see, it's a very opaque black. I love the Tarte gel like waterline eyeliners. And then there's the eyeshadow crayon. So I guess I'll just show you the paper, even though one's completely gone and the other one didn't move at all, so I don't have any line markings. But this was how much, or is how much, of the crayon I have left, and I only used it a few times, and I mostly use eyeshadow crayons on my lower lash line, and I did use it maybe like 3 or so times, but I just can't make another line marking because that's such slow movement. And then this was how much of the eyeliner that I had left. And the last time that I used a black eyeliner, which I think was maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, is when I finished it. So this is all done. I'm very happy to have this side as an empty, but I realized like I'm just panning so many other eyeshadows and different projects that I don't think I want to like try to focus to finish this eyeshadow crayon, especially because I'm totally happy using this as just like a lower lash line eyeshadow, or if for whatever reason I do want to just do like a mauve eyeshadow crayon on my eye, which actually I did use this all over my eye once, and then I like topped it with one of the shades in my Moon Dust Quad from Urban Decay, and that actually was like a really beautiful look. So I probably would do that again at some point, but I don't want to force myself to have to do that. And I already finished the eyeliner, which was what I was trying to finish most anyway. So I think I'm just going to take this out of my project and replace it with something else, which I'll just show you what that is now. It's going to be another pore filling primer. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Veil Face Primer in just a little mini. And this one I've also only used once or twice, so I'm just counting it as full. I don't think this is going to be done next time, but I do think I could get through this very quickly. And this is actually one of my last mini primers in my collection, so I think I'm just gonna try to get through like all of my minis, my random items that I have here and there, but I think I could get through this very easily. And then the other two kind of primer-esque products in this project are my two like glowy, like they're more skincare items, but I'm using them as primers. This first one is like a super tiny mini of the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow. I cannot talk, I need some water. Niacinamide Hue Drops, which is like their bronzy drops, but it has almost no pigment to it when you like blend it into your skin. So I'm just using this on top of my pore filling primer every day. This somehow is not done, even though there's like, I'm sure, almost no product. There's only 5 mils in here. I really did think I would have this done by this update, but I don't. However, today for the first time this did sputter while using it, so you know, I'm sure tomorrow, just my luck, this will be an empty. But this is still going. Oh, and also this is, I think, an airless pump, so I'm not, and it's opaque packaging, so I can't really make a line marking. And then something else I did not bother making a line marking for is the Supergoop Glow Screen, which the SPF expired a while ago. And this is actually, I'm sure that products in general is just expiring, because when I use this I have to shake it up every single time or it's completely separated. But yeah, I only used this once since rolling it in, so I didn't bother making a line marking. But as soon as I finish this one, I'll move on to this. And yeah, nothing really exciting to say about that category. Then I have my two color correctors. The first one is my e.l.f. Camo color corrector in the shade Peach, which I did make a really good amount of progress on. So I think this will only take me like 2 more months maximum to finish. But yeah, Steph from It's Just Steph was very correct when she said these go very quickly. So at first I was kind of nervous that maybe I wouldn't be able to finish both of these in 6 months, but now I'm not even worried, because I think by the halfway point for this project I will have already finished this one. And then also the other one in this project, the NYX Pro Fix Stick correcting concealer. This one is in the shade Dark Peach. I only used this twice this past month because I was mostly focusing on the e.l.f. one, and I still have movement on this, which is crazy. So I'll show you the line marking. So again, I only used this twice this past month and I was able to make that much progress, which is kind of crazy. I don't know, maybe I marked, or I made the first mark incorrectly last time. But this does go very quickly. Like before rolling it into this project, I was only using it for about a month and it's all the way down, like halfway down into the packaging. This is going to be my priority, and I only use this like on the days when either I didn't there goes Rosie, either I didn't wash my beauty blender, so I just want something that I can easily blend in with my fingers, or on a day like today when I wanted to give this a chance to settle. So once I finish this, I will move on to this one, and I'm sure once this is my main focus, it will probably only take me like a month or so to finish. So I'm very excited about that, but let's not get too ahead of myself. It's only update 1. My foundation, I also only, ooh, Rosie's playing with her little cat toy on her cat tree. My foundation, I also only used like a handful of times. I think I used this maybe 3 times right after rolling it in. But then very early into January, I rolled in a foundation into my like King Henry VIII project that I'm doing on Instagram, which was created by Julie. So hi, Julie. And that is the one that every time I've been wearing liquid foundation, I was just wearing that one every single day. But then a few days ago, I remembered, oh, I'm filming the update in a few days. So it was actually yesterday that I reached for this, and I thought the pump was not working because like I pumped like 20 times and nothing was coming out, and I was like so annoyed because I was like, I just rolled this into a project, it cannot already be broken. But I was actually just pumping all of the air out, so I think there was just a big air bubble in the packaging. And then finally I got product out, and I wore this today, but I made the line marking yesterday. So after that air bubble, like that's how much progress I made just with 4 uses. So there's a lot less product in here than I originally thought, which is good because I do still have quite a bit of uses on the other NARS foundation that's in the other project. Not that I didn't think I would be able to finish this anyway, because I have 6 months, and on average, if I use a foundation every day, on average it takes me about 3 months to finish one, and that other foundation was just in for 50 uses, so about 2 months. But it's just nice to know that I'll like already have a really good head start on this when I do go back to using this like full time. And it's also just nice to have a really good line marking for the first update, which doesn't always happen. Then I have my loose powder. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder in the shade 3.0 Golden Beige. And I tried my best to like get everything to settle very evenly. It's like harder than it looks, guys. Like you would think that a loose setting powder would just like, you know, level out perfectly every time, but it doesn't. But after a few minutes of tapping on every single side, I finally settled on a line marking right here. So I used that much in the past 3 weeks, which I think is pretty good. Here's the thing. Theoretically, every month my progress should increase because the packaging is getting smaller, so the distance between lines should increase. However, just today I rolled in another setting powder into a different project, also on my Instagram, the Office Project Pan, and my goal is to finish that. And it's almost it's a Franken powder that I made, but it's almost like a full-size powder because I nearly filled up the pan. So I feel like I'm going to have close to no progress on this next time. Like, who knows if I'll even be able to make a new line marking. Yeah, I don't really know, because I think it'll take me to finish that one. It won't take me more than 2 months, but then that would mean I would only have like 3 more months of solid use to finish this. And I don't know if I'd be able to finish that much powder in 3 months. Like, I do use a lot of powder, but I don't know if I could do it. So I'm gonna have to figure out like a happy medium between the two. But at least for now, I do have some progress after 3 weeks of use, which is very encouraging. Then I have my 2 setting sprays. This e.l.f. one, I couldn't even make a new line marking because I only used it once or twice since I first rolled it in. I did use it today because I wanted to give the other one time to settle, because that one you have to shake it up, so it has a lot of bubbles in it. But yeah, I think I only used this twice since last update, so it's still, you can't even see in the packaging right now, but it's still right there. Like, it's slightly below it, but making a new line would just make the current line thicker, so I didn't even bother. However, I'm not worried about finishing this at all, because look at how much progress I made on my one size setting spray. This much. I started with it here and I'm already down to here. Like, this will definitely not take me more than 2 months or 2 updates to finish, but honestly, because this was only 3 weeks of progress, and now for next time I'll have an entire month, which is like another extra 10 days on top of that. I really do think I could have this done. Like, I don't want to sound delusional, but considering my progress, that's crazy progress. I do think I could have this done by next update, which is really cool, especially because in April I am going out of town, so I do want to bring a small setting spray. That's why I bought this one in the first place, to take with me traveling. So yeah, I'm very excited to have this one done. It's not going to be a repurchase. Finally, I have my 2 cheek products, so my cream contour and my cream blush. My cream contour is my Fenty Matchsticks in the shade Truffle. Oh, the full name is Matchsticks Matte Skin Stick. I've had this for years. It is like not going anywhere. That is a swatch of it. I mean, it's like going somewhere, but I've been panning. This is like my 3rd year of panning this. It is so crazy. This moves so slowly. So like, if you want bang for your buck, get this. But I was miraculously able to make a new line marking. So not like a crazy amount, but that's how much it moved since the introduction. Now I'm right here. So considering this amount of movement, and it was only 3 weeks, I think this is only going to take me 2 more updates to finish, which is just amazing. Like, I'm so excited to, not that I don't like this product, because if I were to ever buy another cream contour, like let's just say I wanted one for travel, I don't really know. If I ever did buy another cream contour, it definitely would be this one, because I think it's so great. But I'm just so excited to have this done after so many years of panning it. I just want to win. Then my cream blush or liquid blush is my NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse in the shade Nude Tude, which somehow I ended up putting way more blush on this side than this side. But we're just gonna roll with it because I don't really care, honestly. When I first rolled it in, it was around here. I don't know if you can see that too well. And now squeezing all the air out, it's down to here, which, listen, I know that's a lot of movement for a blush, but not only is this one of the only blushes that I've been using every day. So I think there's only like maybe 3 days in the past 3 weeks that I didn't use this, but I do use a lot of this also because I underpaint with this, like not under my liquid foundation, but under my powder, which that powder does have pigment to it. So like, I'm not afraid to really go ham with my cream products, because I know that like the loose powder is really going to tone everything down. And then also, this probably did help a lot with the progress that you saw. I decided to, oh my god, this is such a mess. I decided to take the stopper out because with the stopper in, I think I mentioned this in the introduction. I don't know if you can see Rosie. But with the stopper in, it was so hard to get product. Like, it would take almost all the product off of the wand, and it was just taking forever every day to do my blush, which I like to wake up late because I like to sleep in, so I didn't have this extra time. So I just took the stopper out. At first everything was fine, but I think me like taking the wand in and out so many times has just coated it in product now. So I think a lot of the product that would have been in here is now on the wand. So I think that has to do with at least a little bit why I have so much progress in only 3 weeks. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to finish this. I do love this product. But again, it was just so difficult to, like, not difficult, but annoying to use with the stopper in, and with the stopper out, it's very messy, of course. And I don't like to travel with products that don't have a stopper in them. So I honestly don't think I would repurchase this, even though I love a mousse blush. Like, I love to underpaint with blush. That's probably the only product that I might prefer as a cream over a powder. So I love like a mousse matte like liquid cream blush formula, and I think this again is such a great color for every day. It goes with almost everything. But yeah, I don't think I would repurchase this. So if you know of any, not that I'm gonna buy it right now because I'm on a replacement only no buy and I have powder blushes that are this color, but if you know of a cream or liquid blush that is like a matte mousse type of formula in this color, please let me know because I would still be interested in purchasing it for next year. And for reference, this is what the blush looks like. It's just such a pretty nude pink. I love it so much. And it's actually not too pale for me. Like I really thought it would be, maybe because I'm so pale right now. Like I'm at the palest I think I've ever been in my life, which is kind of scary. But yeah, it works perfectly for me. So let me know if you have any recommendations for something like this, but that will just be it for this update. Yeah, I'm very excited for next time. I think I really have a hunch that I'll be able to finish this by next time, but we'll just see. And then I know for sure 100% I will have finished this primer and then this glow recipe one. But other than that, those were all 13/14 products in this project. And I will just see you in my next video. Until then, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.